Yeah, so to my understanding, you're here for the job interview, right? Okay. Yeah. So yes, the position is still open. We're kind of always open, just because people, we let them go often, right? Um, you've heard that they disappeared? No, no, no. All of our employees receive good benefits after they leave, right? They're happy. They don't leave because anything bad happens to them, or they disappear. Like all those rumors that you might have heard, they're just not true. They're not true. Yeah. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Yeah. So, I received your resume, right? We don't really need a resume. It's just, this interview is just to just get a clear understanding of what the position is about, right? And I just want you to understand what you're getting yourself into, right? Which is nothing bad. This job is lovely. Everybody likes it, right? Just we want to get an understanding of you and just see, just ask you a couple questions. Nothing too bad, just basic stuff. Okay? Yeah. So you already know about the position, right? Or do you want me to explain it a little bit more in depth to you? Yeah. Okay, well, here is I'm sure you've seen our advertisements around town, right? Like that, or like this. I'm sure you've seen our advertisements. Yeah. So just to give you a rundown of the position. So you are applying for the night shift guard, right? You do understand that the hours are from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., right? Yeah. And basically, what do you have to do? What do you have to do? What do you have to do is just monitor the cameras, the equipment, and animatronic characters. Yeah, and you said on your resume that you didn't really have any experience, right? No, it's fine. There's no experience necessary. Yeah. No experience necessary. You don't need any experience. You're fine. Yeah. So I'm just gonna be asking you some questions now about just basic stuff, right? Yeah. Nothing too crazy. If there's something that you don't want to answer, just answer it, right? Come on, be a good sport, right? Okay. So what's your first name? It's Mike. Mike, okay. Nice to meet you, Mike. Yeah. Mike Schmidt. Okay. And Mike, how did you hear about us? Obviously you probably heard about us through the newspaper, right? But did anybody recommend you to us or anything? Does anybody know about us that we don't know about? That kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What drew you to us? What's the reason? Why did you want to apply to be here? You have no other option? I like that. I like the sound of it, yeah. So what you're saying is you're desperate. You're desperate for a job. You're desperate. Okay, yeah. No, I get that. That's completely understandable. But you're in the right place. You're in the right place, Mike. You're in the right place because here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, we treat our employees with the utmost care and sensitivity. Yeah, we do. Okay. Well, now So, let's say something were to happen to you, right? Like, for example, like, your hand gets dismembered, or your body gets dismembered, sorry. Like, your arm gets torn off for whatever reason. You sustain, like, really bad injuries, right? Do you think you'd be willing to sign an NDA, like, to not speak about it? Like, how did that happen, right? Or, yeah. You would? Okay, yeah. What about any legal representation? Do you have, like, any lawyers? Do you have any lawyers? Any lawyers? You don't have a lawyer? Okay. No, I'm smiling because, like, I realize that we could help you with that. Yeah, and I'm just, like, so happy to be able to help you with that, you know? Yeah. And you do understand that we're not responsible for, like, any injuries or, like, you know, anything of the sort, right? Okay. And you do understand that the pay is 50 cents an hour, right? Well, in this economy, that's, like, a lot. Do you understand that? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So you'd be willing to receive that pay, right? Okay. Now, I've already asked this, right? But, like, if, say, like, you were to go missing for whatever reason, right? Do you think, like, anybody would come looking for you? Come closer, come closer. This is, like, don't speak too loud, please. Don't speak too loud. Let's say you went missing for whatever reason. Do you think anybody would come looking for you? Anybody would come looking for you? Do you think anybody would, like, care, right? This is just, like, a standardized question that we ask all of our employees. This is nothing strange or out of the ordinary, okay? So would anybody, you know, like, call the police or, like, hire detectives and, you know, anything of the sort? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Nobody. That is really sad, Mike. But, you know, for the purposes of, like, this job interview, I feel like that goes very well. That goes very well. I like you. I think you might be our next hire, and you know, we're highly selective. I know it might not seem like it, but we do hire a lot of people all the time, you know? Yeah, so we are very highly selective people. Sorry, I got an important call. Corporate, probably. HR. Maybe another case of, like, somebody dying or something. But not because of anything serious, right? It's just, it happens sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that sums up everything, really. Yeah. So I have this NDA right here. It says NDA, NDA, and it basically means that if anything were to happen to you and you get to go home alive, right? And, like, you no longer work for us anymore, then you understand that you cannot speak to anything that you've seen, okay? Anything that you've seen or experienced at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Okay. And also that we're not liable for any of the injuries that you might sustain, right? We're not liable for any of that, so, and you do understand, like, what our animatronics look like, right? I mean, you've seen them, right? Yeah. Well, you know, just in case, like, just be on the lookout for these creatures, okay? They're not alive, obviously. What I mean is just they might be scary, okay? So I'm just warning you to look out, you know, for some of them, because they might scare you at times, just because, like, they malfunction often, and, like, just watch out, okay? Okay, well, that's pretty much it. Can you just sign right here that you understand that